Alright, well, let's just get right into it, I think. We're about to start day 2 of Pikmin Squared. I mean, I suppose if you want to, you could go back to the Impact site. There's really nothing for you there yet. There's none yet. There's some stuff there eventually. But for now, we're just gonna go to the Forest of Hope and start our first real day of Pikmin. This is exciting. Are you guys excited? You guys should be excited. I'm pumped. Forest of Hope. First of all, before we get into anything, the music here, fucking awesome. This is, I would say, probably my favorite song in the first game. Alright. In freaky fields we go. My dolphin has returned to the surface, along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I shall call the Pikmin the onion. All I need to do is stand in the light beneath the onion and press A! Alright. So, that's exactly what we're gonna do. So, this is the little Pikmin menu. We can take Pikmin out, put them back as so. You can only take and withdraw Pikmin, or you can only deposit Pikmin that are currently with you. Alright, so, we're gonna get that guy on that, we're gonna get you on that, and a couple guys on that over there. First of that will be immediately obvious soon. So, we're gonna put the rest of these guys on the wall, and that's kind of our first objective here. Is to get that wall down. We kind of really can't do anything with intelligence. On the top there, you will see that sun meter that's going across. That is important. That's basically our time in the day. When that meter reaches all the way to the right, we are forced out of the level. There's nothing you can do to prevent it, or anything like that. You're forced out. And that's the time limit. Once that happens 30 times, you lose if you don't have everything. This is our first enemy, Spotty Bulborb. Dwarf Bulborb, rather. You just kill him like that. You don't need to do that. You can swarm and it'll work perfectly fine. But it's much faster if you don't. So, we're just gonna raise up our numbers a little bit. It's very important. Strength in numbers. This is kind of what you do early on in Pikmin. You just keep doing this. Alright. So, nice. We're gonna grab these 10 right here. We'll go back out there, and we're gonna grab this fella. Olimar, when he's by himself, is not completely defenseless. You can punch. It's not particularly strong. But, I mean, you can do it. Alright. So we're gonna quickly get some more on this, just so this goes back a little faster. Because I want to get all of our guys rounded up. This is worth taking a little bit of time to do. Well, I accidentally did that. So, that yellow stuff on the ground, that is nectar. That will turn a Pikmin from a leaf into a flower. When they're a flower, they do tasks faster and they move faster. So it is very good, not exactly for your combat prowess, but for your just overall, like, work efficiency. That's very good. As many Pikmin as you want can drink from one drop of nectar, but you only have a certain amount of time to get them in, so you can try to swarm as many as you can, kind of like that. There's another patch of it over here, and that idiot ate them all. Alright, well, we got most of them. This is good for our purpose. So, This is just a regular red Bulborb. These guys are tough. Unless you do this. Swarm them up, and just like that. If you got enough guys, you'll get in with these. So now we're just gonna put our entire squad right there. And we're gonna get these guys down fast. Very good. Now what's that over here? Let's find out. But first, kill the baby. And close. We got him. And killed him all. Now before we do anything else, I'm just gonna get a few more. And we're gonna put. There we go. That looks good. Put the rest on this. And now, as we leave ourselves completely defenseless, let's face the unknown. I am recording, right? Yes, I am. Just want to make sure, you know. Huh. You're smart. You can figure out what the fuck's happening here, right? Hopefully. So, pluck this fucker. And he's lemon colored. Otherwise known as yellow. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests this one has, what, in some circles could be considered very large ears. Looks like it may weigh less than the others. What ways might it be different from the red Pikmin? No matter, they're obviously quite similar, so I shall call this one a Pikmin as well. While holding a Pikmin with A, I can use D-pad to swap to a different color. You could not do this in the GameCube original of the first game, which is one of the many things that Pikmin Squared improves. Now, it wasn't exclusively in Pikmin Squared. The Wii version of Pikmin 1 added this feature, which is one of the reasons why that version of the game is significantly easier. Anyways, I digress. As I'm sort of starting to build up our yellow numbers here, we'll get into what the difference is between the type of Pikmin are, because there's a couple. So first of all, as you can pretty clearly see, yellows have a much higher throwing arc. This isn't usually that helpful, but there's a couple enemies that it makes it easier against a couple enemies and bosses, and there's a couple puzzles that they are required for. We got that part back. That's called the internal fuel dynamo. It should light things up. No more candles for me. Covered 2 out of 30 parts. If I just find 3 more, should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. So if we can find 3 more, we can unlock our next level, / area. Alright. So that's Yellow's main thing. If you're familiar with all of the Pikmin series, you might wonder, what about their affinity with electricity? Well, that's not in this game yet. That was not established until Pikmin 2. So we don't have to worry about that. Now, to get into red Pikmin a little bit, what do they do? Well, the only quality of theirs that we can really explore right now is their combat prowess. Because of their thorny noses, they do more damage in battle, 1.5 times to be exact. In other games, they are not your only sort of combat type, as I like to call them. But in this game, they are. If you want some fast fighters in combat, they're your guys. You really don't got any other choice. Yeah, they have one more property that we will see later. I'm sure it's pretty obvious what it could be, but anyways, my clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my actions accordingly. Yep. Okay, it's just saying what we already know. carry that back. As you can see, 100 Pikmin is the amount he's about to tell us about it. I've made yet another Pikmin-related discovery. Just when I was about to exceed 100 Pikmin in the field, the onion stopped expelling seeds, yet the total number of Pikmin continued to climb. It seems that once there are 100 in the field, subsequent seeds get stored inside the onion. Thus, no more than 100 Pikmin can be in the field at one time. So, this is one of the major strategic decisions you'll have to make on a day-to-day basis of what you want your squad breakdown to be. Because, spoiler alert, there's more than just reds and yellows. You have to see, like, what do you want? Are you going to go fight a boss? You know? Like, what... You know, are you going to have to traverse through an area that, you know, certain types can't really get through very well? Like, what do you plan to do on that day? That's a big thing you have to worry about. For right now, it's not that big of a deal, being that we'll mostly be having red Pikmin. But, you know, something to think about. So here's the other quality of yellow Pikmin. They're the only ones who can carry these bad boys. Yellow Pikmin seem to pick up some sort of peculiar stone. Why do they decide to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to yellow Pikmin, but just what are these strange glowing stones? Brightly glowing cracks cover them. Perhaps these cracks indicate that there's tremendous power locked away within. This merits further research. So, you dismiss them. They actually count as a separate type. So we go in like that. And... boom. The glowing rocks the yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps they know these stones can be used as powerful weapons. The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them, but they should be able to blast open the stone walls that block the pathways. I may even be able to use them against some of the wild creatures. I must be vigilant. I dismiss the Pikmin I dismiss by pressing X. Bring their bombs when I call them back. Pikmin I throw by pressing A will glow with a strange light when they land. If I call them to my side when it's visible, they will drop their bomb. Keep clear of the explosion. If I wait for a few seconds, the glow will wear off and the Pikmin will keep its bomb. So, that just immediately brought it down. Very nice. We're gonna see if we can't heist this. This is a very important part right here. Nice. Are we good? They're so chillin'. Alright. Now then. Well, they are bringing that back. There's something else we can go do. So I'm gonna pluck these guys. And I have no worries that those yellows are going to get back safely. I've made sure the route's clear. That's very important to do. And they're just going to do their own things. We can save time by not really waiting on them and just going. So we can do a little, I think, sequence break kind of thing here. We want to throw Pikmin like this. If you swarm them into you, you can actually throw them faster. I wouldn't recommend this in combat scenarios so much because you can't really move while doing it. Not very effectively anyways. But it's still nice for when you have to throw a large amount. So, there's another part right here. But it's being guarded by this dude. So what are we ever to do? Well, you know the deal. Fucking kill him. That's the shock absorber. This apparatus counteracts the shaking and swaying that normally occurs during flight. Smooth sailing with this in place, usually. So we're gonna try something here that's probably a little risky. But let's give it a go. So we're gonna have them carry that back. And then we're gonna drop down here. This is not usually how I play this. So we're gonna drop down here. I hope this is enough. Ooh, he almost got some, but we're okay. Alright. Kill them. And right on cue, they got that back. Whimsical radar. This important part can detect the locations of other missing parts. The radar will be added to my monitor, which I can press Y to view. As he zooms in and out, this will surely help in my search for the remaining parts. Nice. Okay. So now, we can move these guys through here. We've completely cleared out this area, pretty much. Okay, so with that amount, with roughly 50, it's possible but a little tricky. So the dark walls always take more beating than the lighter walls to take down. This is the same principle for stone walls. They take more bombs. Alright, well there's the shock absorber back. And here's how I'm hoping this will go. I just need one more. I think we could do it. So we have to take the long way around right now. But now we can take the steps to make sure we never have to again. So, I hear them making good progress on the wall. I have no worries if they're gonna not get that down. Alright, so we should just be able to take this. It's right here. This is important to mention now. Bomb rocks worked very differently in the original. In the original, as soon as you'd throw them near something that they would want to drop it for, they would just drop it. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. I actually don't... I'm not exactly sure how many that would have taken. But... well, we'll never have to find out. Alright. So, before we do anything else, we are going into battle. We need the strongest potion. Anyways, so we're gonna go over here and just swarm. Swarm as fast as you can. Please. And we're good. So those enemies are sheer wigs. Or no, sorry, sheer grubs. They come in two varieties, purple and white. The purple ones will kill Pikmin, the white ones will not. So just be very careful of the purple ones, because even though they can only kill one, you can do it very fast. I found the Nova Blaster. This emits a dazzling burst of light capable of destroying almost anything. I'm not exactly sure about this, but the promotional brochure claims that its blast can travel in the currents of space-time, smashing through stars in the rifts of space. Alright, now that it's almost sundown, now is when you gotta start thinking about, okay, how are you gonna end off the day? What's on the way back? What Pikmin are where, basically. My clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin waiting beneath the onions, and Dolphin will probably enter the onions on their own. If I don't call the stragglers and add them to my group, they may not be able to get back. I'm sure the Pikmin still planted are safe, but I'm somewhat concerned about leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness. So, basically what he's saying, any Pikmin that are straggling they're fucked. So don't leave them there. We're gonna be risky. I know that part's gonna get back, and we're gonna work on one more with the last bit of our time. The last part that we're really intended to get right now. I think we can get the wall down. Maybe we can't. Alright, well, we're gonna try it. So this 10-second countdown, well, it's a little more than 10 seconds, but... fucking not great time for that to get back, but... So that Nova Blaster is the first of our optional parts. It is a weapon of such indestructible force, incredible destructive force, that can blast stars into tiny pieces. It has a strange allure. So this is one of the descriptions that I thought was very interesting. So if this thing is capable of destroying stars, why didn't he use it against the asteroid? Anyways, I digress. And we can go to the next area. Okay. Every time that this happens, you know, a little more of the ship comes together. So that's nice. The ship looks very whimsical. I like it. Nice. Well, now that that's ready to go, I think the next time we come back here, we can just grab that. So, as stated, once that timer hits 0, we are just kicked out. No way to prevent it. And everyone goes right back into their onions. I believe I opened a map there and I didn't explain that. I will make sure to explain that in the next day. But now it's gonna be immediately clear why we don't want to stay on the planet. Because those fuckers show up, and they are nocturnal. They would not be sleeping if we were to stay on the planet during the night. And they are a lot more dangerous when they don't sleep. I'm sure anyone who plays Pikmin 2 knows exactly what I mean by that. It appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How that would improve my chances. Then I'd only have to press Y to locate my parts. That's actually exactly what I mentioned. So, we picked up that part called the whimsical radar. That's exactly what you need to unlock this feature. So now you can see exactly on the map where parts are, and you can see where your straggling Pikmin are. So it's very nice. Make sure to use that, because while you're in the map, time does not move. So you really have no reason not to. Yet there seems to be many hostile life forms here. If I'm attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my ship, stand in front of it, and press A to make suit repairs. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. Yes, I don't think I went over that either. Fucking thanks, Almar, for making me seem like I'm fucking incompetent. Yeah, bottom left, health meter. Sure you guys saw it. I don't need to fucking explain to you how a health bar works. But we can go stand under the dolphin, right where they actually deliver the parts to, press A, and he'll be like, man, how's shit going? And then he'll repair his suit. It doesn't take much time. It's not something that you should really go out of your way for. Because that usually, I find, isn't that big of an issue. I mean, I guess I have played this game many times, but I don't find that most times I am ever in danger of dying. However, if you are, it's good to know, because if you die, then all Pikmin that are out in the field immediately die, and your day ends. So that can be catastrophic, because that means you have to spend more time to replenish your numbers, which is more time you're not getting parts, which means that you lose. Well, if you hit day 30, obviously. Which is not likely to happen. But anyways, I digress. Alright, next time on Pikmin Squared, whatever you want to call it, I think we'll be headed to the next area, the Force Naval. Alright, thanks for watching.